I already know what some of you are thinking. What? This looks like about an episode's worth of work done to this. Yeah. I was really trying to do some catching up on this. It was the holiday season, Christmas time more specific. Yeah. I had a lot of ideas, but I wasn't really patient enough to do any form of recording at this time, especially when there was really a lot going on and I couldn't really do a consistent recording. So, yeah, that's kind of why I didn't record it. Like, I had this sort of in here. I changed it up twice. Like, I put this here. There was stuff back here originally, but I changed it back to like packed ice and messed around with this over here. I set this up here as sort of like a gradient sort of thing. I try to make it sort of darker here and just left it as a little more plain here. I got some stuff situated right here since the previous image I've posted on DeviantArt, as well as some stuff right here along this edge. It basically keeps going right huggingly to the wall. And then once it gets to this part, I kind of make it seem like it's like something like of it fell off. As well as to over here. So it has sort of like a consistency and sort of like an idea going. And then one of the bigger things for off camera, more particularly off camera, that I have not included yet is this. This beautiful friggin' stairway. Possibly one of the most beautiful, most well done things of stairs flight of stairs I've ever thrown together. I've also like did some decorating around here along this border-ish area. Did some lighting it up. Like, I also tried to light up the pathway a bit, which was actually kind of why I wanted to toss this ring around here. So I wouldn't have to use as many lights through the middle or whatever. And it would keep it a little more plain and simple, but keep it a little lightened up enough. Let me think. Was this 15 or 14? I can't tell if this... F3... Okay, so this is 14. So 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. So there will be some mob spawning spots yet, but not quite as strongly as before once I get this roofing in. Like, personally, I'm not too bothered by the idea of having, like, spaces where mobs can spawn, just as long as it's not as strong as before, where there's, like, no lighting whatsoever. Like, it'll, like, restrict more heavily on where mobs can physically spawn, and that'll make it a little more okay. As long as there's some attempted restriction. Some. Whew. Don't know about anyone else's Christmas, Hanukkah, or Kwanzaa, or whatever. But mine was pretty good. Though I was quite surprised to see I got a smartphone. Like, that's just like one of those gifts that are just like a little more expensive to the point where you don't think you're gonna get it normally. Like it's one thing if you like get a new pair of shoes, some new shirts, a sweater or something, but you don't expect a whole smartphone from one person. Other than that, I got roughly everything else I've basically asked for Christmas. There was a few things I didn't get, like I kind of wanted a figurine of my Minecraft skin through Need Cool Shoes. Whatever. At least I think it was through Need Cool Shoes. Yeah, it most certainly was. Um, but yeah, roughly everything else I basically got, except some more pairs of shirts, like black shirts more specifically. I usually prefer plain black or plain white. It's just sort of like a preference of mine, really. Like they don't need to be that way, but I prefer them that way. So yeah, I really got some works going here. Like the most recent stuff I've included was this. It looks pretty good. Especially looks good like with some distance put in it. Like really ties it in more as not being too lazy or too simplistic about it. So like trying to tie one location to another. I might add more to it in some way, shape, or form. Like I want it to extend outward a bit more in some way. What I might end up doing. Actually, let me try this right now. Stairs. Yeah. Here, 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 and here. How do I like that? A little better, actually. Let's just do that to the other side. And I think it will look pretty good. Yeah, I definitely like that a little better. It's a little more depth. Like that's the kind of stuff I need to do a little bit more of when I work on walls is add more depth. Otherwise, it's just going to be a plain wall, and of course, it's going to have colors, and it can have like cool little pixel art or something to it, or something that makes you think of hieroglyphics or whatever. But it's even better if you do some kind of depth work to it. It feels a little more how it should be. It feels more structured. Maybe let's try this on. And by all means, I don't know exactly how a lot of this is just gonna turn out. I just sort of do it as I see fit to see if it will turn out. Oh, no. Put yourself back. But you can go. Hmm. Like, I have a sense of things can be touched up on or improved, or maybe a different color could be used. But I don't always know what it is. So all I need to do is just sort of look through things I got. Like, open up my inventory. Like, I have diorite, which is a great white to be sure. But you have to use it, more carefully because like it can go with a lot of things if you use it correctly. Particularly stones, it will go pretty well. Like it has a great color use, which I feel some may neglect it mainly because of its texture. Like people always be like, "Oh, white noise, it's disgusting" or something. But the way I see it, you're paying too much attention to the texture. Way too much. In fact, the texture just binds it more down to stone, really, is the way I see it. Which is a good thing because we need more stone. We really do. Stone is a good thing. It really is. The stone is entirely necessary. What do I want to... Let's sacrifice these to the inventory gods. But anyway, what else would be something ideal for this? I can feel it. There's something else I can do for this. You just get that sense that it's possible, but you don't know what it is. Like, I know it's there. Somewhere, somehow. Dare I try this? I'll at least have this here for now. Maybe packed ice. Where is the last, is that packed ice? That is packed ice. Anywhere else nearby? Right there. Might be too much packed ice. But what if I put it like this? Could this bring a sense of balance? It could sort of bring a little more attention to this. Which isn't bad as long as it's not all of the attention. Which is actually kind of why I am doing this entire build as elaborate as it is. But yeah, this brings it more to life, that's for sure. So this isn't exactly a bad addition. There might be better blocks for this, but it's not a bad addition. Sort of fill this in. Oh, there. Now let's back up some. Yeah, that's not too bad. Brings a little more life. Definitely a little more life. Especially when you're at a higher elevation. It's definitely more life, more light to it. More balance to how white it is over there. I feel like there should be another kind of color in some way. But I don't exactly see what kind of color could be used for that. Because I don't want to totally abusively use a color. Like, so much of one color that it's basically the main build color. What I mainly aim to use is whites, grays, blues, different kinds of blues, yellow, and purples. That's the basic of what I aim to use for this. And by all means, maybe a bit of like the sort of like a dimmer yellow of sorts. I don't really know how to describe it. It's sort of like a yellow. It's sort of like, I don't know. It's just sort of like a yellow. I don't really know the name of the color. All I know is I wouldn't normally use endstone unless if there's something that can more so allow me to appreciate endstone, really. Other than that, I normally just sort of ignore it. This might be ideal. Maybe like this. Might kinda decrease the kind of attention I wanted. It might actually need to be going higher in sorts. Other than that, that is a good idea, actually, to my surprise. How would I do it higher? Maybe like this? Because I want various blocks to be notable yet. Oh yeah, maybe like down here also. That would actually still be alright. You know, still sort of bring like certain attention to it, but not too much attention because everything else basically has attention. Everything else can have its sort of way to draw attention, which is what is needed. Otherwise, you're going to be like staring at one thing. And we don't want to be staring at one thing. We want to stare at everything. Which is why we can't simply put it here, because we want to know this is andesite. We can't set it here because it'll still kind of look too much like stone brick. We want to know it's andesite. Like, if you're gonna do that with it, use stone brick. Otherwise, you're wasting perfect usage for andesite. This might actually be the only time I'll use that. Anyway. That's still a little bright to me, I guess. I might try some experimenting with this in it. Not right there, but right here. No. Decrease the brightness value of it and make it feel a little less plain. Like, that's what I don't want, is for something to feel too plain. If it feels too plain, you're not going to notice it as much. And it feels a little less special when it's plain. That's why I take pride in being weird. I need color. I need to eat a packet of Skittles and absorb their flavor and display it like a chameleon. And now I'm hungry, actually. Oh, Skittles are amazing. But you can't be smunching right now. There's some stuff that I want done. And I will see it be done. By all means. I think it should be done. Maybe a bit there, and it'll more so center where some of the darker values are going to. Let's probably do one here, here, opposite side as well. Where? Here? Yeah, there. Then some to the slower bit, like so. And then we're gonna have to copy this stuff over there. That's like the one pain in the butt part. Wait, maybe. How does that look? I'm not so sure I like that. Wait, let me just take one more look at that. Okay, I am back, and I was trying to figure out, for future reference, what kind of equipment or whatever, like special rewards this place should probably offer in places. Like, I tried to make my own, especially enchanted item. It has like knockback 20, unbreaking 20, silk touch, and thorns 5. And I'm not entirely sure why, but it does not do much damage as much as I thought it would. Like, let me demonstrate this maybe a little better. That cow survived 2 hits fine. If it was a regular diamond sword, it would not have survived that. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm not sure how, but apparently I decreased the amount of damage a diamond sword can do. That's the interesting part. And I was naming this the Sender Sword, so it would be like able to harvest stuff like grass, just pick up straight up grass. Actually, I haven't tested if it does, but I would assume it would and should. Let's see, game mode 0. What the? Oh, do I have tile drops off? Yeah, I was right. It should get this stuff. Fine. It's only used like one piece of enchantment. You should see how much it takes to use any further than that. Okay, so ideally, if when I was trying to situate this, it was through some kind of command writer, and there was a part that said it wouldn't break, but I wasn't fully sold on that idea, so I tried to make it further unbreakable by like using unbreaking like 20 on it. Now, so far it seems pretty promising that it will in fact take quite a long time for it to break. I mean, I'm breaking things you're not supposed to use it on, and it's taking it like a champ. I suppose maybe I probably should have like put efficiency on it, maybe just make it a little more promising. I have no idea if I'll survive this. Yes, I will. Fantastic. Which is good to know for future reference. Let me think. Let's just get a... So yeah, this is confirmed pretty durable. Sword fit for redistributing certain forces, as well as relocation. The Sender Sword. Though I really should have recalled the fact that I would need to set that on a separate line. Or like part of that on a separate line, I should say. Okay. Game mode 1. So yeah, that's gonna take some slight rewriting. Look, I can get it back, don't you worry. There's like a special... I forget what the program is called, but let me see. Minecraft command generator. Okay, so that's what it's called, and it's pretty cool. But yeah, I've just sort of been tossing a few things together here and there, and I was just thinking, what what am I to do for items that a player is to ideally find? That was one of the ideas I just sort of put together. And I will be back with you guys just in a second. Haha. I think it's starting to work out now. Now, check this out. Normal. Sword mode. Look at how fast I move. This is like impossible for building. Like, you can't move this fast and build, I don't think. Unless... Yeah, it's impossible. It's just not gonna happen. And this has a few other unique features to it. But I want those to be a little more discovered for. Like, for example, you've probably seen the previous one. Like, it has, like, earlier in the video, they had enchantments like knockback and such. It still has those enchantments. And it also has a few extras, as of which they are. I don't feel like talking about that. I want those to be a surprise. But believe me, they are most... Yes, they are quite amazing. Like, this is wicked fast. A person could be sprinting after you, and they will never catch up with you. A person could be using a horse to try to keep up with you. They will never catch up to you. Especially when you start sprinting and do these jumps you can't normally make much. You could shift and walk faster than someone. Oh, I just realized something I haven't done. A way out of this. Or I could always just make sure people can't get in there in the first place. One or the other. But yeah, this is one heck of a sword. The Sender Sword. It's just some insanity stuff, man. Some insanity stuff. Oh man, I'm quite fond of this actually. Possibly the best staying sword I've ever made. Through like spawning and such. Let's just shove this away for now before I go nuts with it. And like reveal all of what it actually can physically do. So yeah. Trying to think, is there anything else I want to add to this for now? Not quite. I can't think of anything at the moment. Though I can think of something I want to add, but I don't want to add it in this video yet. I want to add it to the next video. So yeah, without further ado, before I stretch this video out too long, I am Solstice, 41 Solstice 25. Thank you so much for watching. If you got any suggestions you think might be cool for adding to this, feel free to make them. I'm all ears. I really do listen to the suggestions and think about them. Like, if you pay attention to my DeviantArt, or if you're from DeviantArts, you've probably seen a suggestion or two made, and I have, like, listened to them, and if you've given me a suggestion, I will also, like, credit you and such, and I'll thank you for it, and I'll describe my points of views on where I stand with where the suggestion lies. So yeah, it's all cool. Don't be too discouraged or anything. I'm not gonna totally like rant about it or like do anything too crazy or rude. So yeah, feel free to give me a suggestion. I'm all ears. Thank you so much for watching. And actually, let's bring this back. Let's actually bring the wand out. Oh, no, I don't want to broadcast. Have a good day, everybody. Bye bye.